Come along with me as I fly one of the world's best airline from Manila to Singapore. From a seamless 2-minute check-in at NAIA Terminal 3 to the luxury of the SilverKris Lounge, this was the perfect way to start my journey to Sydney. In this video, I'm reviewing the Singapore Airlines A350 900 Regional Business Class, or SQ917. Even for a short 3.5-hour flight, the service and comfort were top tier. What I'll be showing you today is how to skip the queues at NAIA Terminal 3 using the dedicated priority lanes, a tour of the SilverKris Lounge Manila, a deep dive into the pod-style seat, the 3-point safety belt, and the best pillow in the sky. Also, an experience of the gluten-free meal service, and finally navigating the marathon walk of Changi Terminal 3 and a sneak peek at the Terminal 3 SilverKris Lounge. Welcome to Manila's NAIA Terminal 3. Today, I'm flying business class with Singapore Airlines on SQ917. First impressions? The check-in area is a breeze. The business class lane was completely empty, which meant I cleared check-in and backdrop in under 2 minutes. One of the best perks here is a dedicated security gate right next to counter C. It's reserved for crew, diplomats, and business class passengers, making the transition to airside totally stress-free. Once through, I headed straight to the SilverKris Lounge on the upper level. Huge plush chairs and those iconic accent lamps. It feels incredibly peaceful in here. The thick carpets do a great job of muffling the terminal noise. If you're a plane spotter, there's a small section with window views to watch the birds taxi to the runway. I found a spot in one of these pod-style seats. The color palette is classic Singapore Air. You've got a spacious surface for working or dining and a universal power outlet. If you're traveling with a squad, there are larger tables in the open area perfect for groups. Now, let's talk food. And the options are generous. We're talking everything from light snacks to cheese and cold meats to heavy hitters like bak kut teh, siomai, kuah pao, and I also spotted some braised pork, stir-fried noodles, and a Filipino favorite, arroz caldo. For desserts, mango mousse, few fresh fruits, and there's a fridge full of bottled water and some yogurt. The countertop is stocked with pastries, a coffee machine, and few refreshments such as juices, soda, beer, few wines, and a little bit of whiskey, gin, and vodka. The food area is a bit compact and can get a little crowded, but since SQ only has about 4 to 5 flights out of Manila daily, it never feels overwhelming. By 1:45 p.m., boarding commenced. NAIA T3 can be a bit messy, but luckily, Gate 114 is located directly opposite the lift from the lounge. Talk about convenience. Walking down the jet bridge, I got a sneak peek of a ride, the Airbus A350 900. This is the regional configuration specifically designed for these shorter hops within Asia. Stepping on board, I was greeted warmly by the chief stewardess and the lead steward. There's just something about Singapore Airlines hospitality that hits different. Welcome to seat 18 kilo. For a 3.5-hour flight, this space is massive. I had a pillow and a blanket waiting for me. While the pod is slightly smaller than SQ's long-haul A350s or even the A380, for a regional flight, you won't hear me complaining. I've flown a few business products, but SQ has the best in-flight pillows, perfect size and incredibly soft. Now, I usually wait until the doors are closed and refueling is done before buckling up. Just a habit for a quick exits in any case of emergency. This seat features a sturdy 3-point seatbelt for maximum safety. The pilot made his welcome announcement and shortly after, the champagne started flowing. They also handed out warm towels, a lifesaver in that humid Manila weather. We taxied to runway 06, which is Manila's main 3.7 kilometer strip. I'm going to stop talking for a second so you can hear the power of these Rolls-Royce engines. Leaving Manila is always bittersweet. It's home to my family, but I'm reminded that the world is my home and there's a big life waiting for me out there. Once we reached cruising altitude, I checked out the lavatory. It's beautifully lit and at the time featured Penhaligon's amenities. A premium touch, proper cloth towels instead of paper ones. Preparing for the meal, just checking out this tiny storage compartment. Inside, there's a noise-cancelling headphones, a bottle of water, and the menu lives in here. Usually for my cocktail, I couldn't resist the classic Singapore Sling. Since I requested a gluten-free meal, my tray looked a bit different from the standard menu. For starters, I get salmon with carrots and lettuce, followed by the main, which was roast chicken breast and steamed veggies.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. Seatbelt signs has been switched on as we anticipate bumpy conditions in the next few minutes as we fly through the area, cloudy area. Hopefully the flight condition will smoothen out in the next 15 minutes or so. Cabin crew, please proceed with cabin service with caution. Thank you.
It was healthy and fresh, though chicken breast is always a challenge to keep moist at about 35,000 feet. I finished it off with a gluten-free brownie and black coffee. Yeah, all good, yeah. You can have it. And also the coffee.
More coffee?
I'm finished, yeah.
Finished? Okay.
Thank you very much, it's so good. Thank you so much. It's time for a quick nap. The seat goes fully flat. No mattress topper on this regional leg, but the crew is so attentive, and I'm pretty sure they'd be happy to help if you asked. The controls are all touch sensitive on this side panel. And there's a handy remote so you don't have to lean forward to use the screen. For technical specs, this aircraft is an A350-900 with 40 business class seats and 263 economy seats. That's a total of 303 seats. There are 8 lavatories, 2 in business with a ratio of 1:20, whilst the economy has a ratio of 1:43. Our total flight time was 3 hours and 39 minutes, covering 2,375 kilometers, arriving just about 15 minutes behind the schedule. touched down smoothly in Changi. The A350 suspension is world class. From there, it was a quick SkyTrain ride to Terminal 3. Changi is just efficient. It's a massive terminal, but the noise reduction design makes it feel calm, even if the walk to the next gate feels like a marathon. While waiting for my connection, SQ917, I hit the SilverKris Lounge in Terminal 3. That LED batik screen at the entrance is stunning. The lounge was about 80% full, with travelers prepping for the red-eye flights. That's leg 1 in the books. Stay tuned for the next video, where we go even bigger, flying to Sydney on the A380. See you there!